Hello and welcome back to free Excel tutorial videos. In today's video, we will look at how to create a calculated field in pivot table. So what is a calculated field? So it is a field that we create inside a pivot table that we already have. Okay, we create a calculated field because we don't have the field in our original data. Okay, so our in this worksheet here I have this pivot table, and it is created based on the data over here. This data source, there is 4 fields: the shipment date, the product invoice value, as well as the cases. Okay, and you can see that we have multiple records that was shipped in a certain date, and we have the cases and the value. So in this data source we are missing the field for the price per case. So we want to know the price per case. So since we have already begun to work on the pivot table, there is no need for us to go back and change the original data source, especially if this is the way the data source is being given to us month after month. So we will be getting our data source coming in with only this 4 field. Okay, so we can create a calculated field in our pivot table to get the price per case. So let's go back to the pivot table, and before we proceed, notice that in this pivot table we have a lot of empty cells. Okay, this is because only certain products were shipped at a certain date. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put a value which is a 0 into this cell. So with one cell selected in the pivot table, go to the pivot table options, and over here at the left side you will see the pivot table options. So just click on this and you will see this dialog box, and here in this option for empty cells, show, okay, what I want is to show a 0. Okay, and let's click OK. So now I have the zeros in the cells where we don't have any values. Okay, also let's come over to over here in the values and go to value field settings and change the number format. What I want to do is to add $sign and 0 decimal points. Click OK. So now we have the $sign, and now we are ready. We can create our calculated field. So to create a calculated field, head to the option tab of the pivot table, go to the formula option, click on the arrow drop down, and we have this calculated field option. So just click on this. First, let's give it a name. So let's call it price per case. Okay, so like any other formula, the formula for the calculated field will begin with an equal sign. Okay, and now instead of typing in the cell, we will be using the fields. So for the price per case, it's going to be the invoice value divided, let's put in the operator, the divide operator, divided by the cases. Insert. Okay, and now click add. Okay, remember to click add. Okay, and now you will see this price per case over here in the pivot table field list. So click OK, and it will be selected automatically. Okay, so now we have the new calculated field that has been added into our pivot table. So here we have the price per case. Okay, to make a better looking pivot table, so let's remove the invoice value and just take a look at the price per case. And now you see this, okay, don't panic, a lot of errors over here. It's because the formula has divided the zero number that we have earlier. So let's correct this. Just go into this cell over here, any cell, go to the option, pivot table option, and go to the left over here, pivot table options, click, and we have this option over here for error value show. Let's click on this box. Let's show a 0, okay, and click OK. So now we have the values that are not available. We have this dash sign which indicates us that there are no sales during for that particular product in that particular date. So you can see now that our pivot table will look like this. So it's very useful if you want to see the seasonal fluctuations for your product. So you can see that which products you will be able to get a good idea on which products sell better and when it has more demand. Okay, so that is how you can create a calculated field in a pivot table. Okay, so that's it for this video. I will see you in the next video.